Ramakrishna te Namah. Sri Ramakrishna is presenting us what all we need in our life through various sources. We are seeing Naren, other direct disciples, householder disciples, monastic disciples. So many people are there. He is presenting for everyone what they need. We see in Naren a perfect ideal. Externally, it looks like an object covered with some material. But as you enter inside, the perfect human ideal, the perfected soul when he comes to the world, how he will be, you can clearly understand. He moved about on this earth, Naren, with an awe-inspiring magnetic personality. People to approach him and talk to him. He was filled with love, still that awe-inspiring that people used to hesitate to ask something. So much of reverence it used to hinder, especially when he is coming to Sri Ramakrishna as a young boy. He used to draw the attention of all. While moving about, he will be always a little of the mind in draw, as if he is thinking of something deep within and moving about doing something. His whole attention is somewhere else. What is this life? Where is this beginning? Where is this end? All questions used to come. And that used to keep him. Means his consciousness has raised to higher levels of existence where the worldly things are not bothering him. But what he wants, it has not become his own. So that gap is there. He cannot spread himself into the world. At the same time, the above is, the beyond is inaccessible yet to him. So let me intro as a boy. When you come to Sri Ramakrishna, just matriculately as passed and entering something like pre-university or elite line. So you can see, but his presence is to give joy to everyone. Just his voice, his singing. Apart from this, his presence itself very presence used to invoke joy in others. Wow. Look at him. That kind of. These are all Girish Chandra Ghosh, Keshav Singh, and these people are highly qualified and recognized by the society. And they would wonder, look at it. And when he starts singing, there would be absolute silence, wherein this silence is different from the normal silence. He would sing at a different level of experiencing it and spontaneity of emotions. Now, he was a different nature, and why I am telling this is what we have to aim at in our life. Be indifferent to the small petty things of the world. Don't feel concerned about what will we eat today, how will we live tomorrow. Is how to attain in life. Time is going, life is going. So, a transformation, when we are reading something, we must undergo a genuine and real transformation. For us to get transformed, these books are made. If we go on reading without undergoing transformation, it's of no use. That's why I'm taking a little deeper and detailed way. Now, Naren life, if you see, the question comes, who are you? To ourselves. The ancient Greek expression is there. One word. All religion, spirituality, divine divinity, whatever is there in the world of God, is told in the Greek, the ancient Greek expression, know yourself. Know yourself. That's so the question comes to know myself. Am I this body which is going to perish, which has gone and come into the world moving about eating and drinking? Is this I am? Or I have an higher existence or no? Then is it my mind or the senses that I am that are grasping the external information and putting inside? Am I that? Am I the mind which is jumping from object to object every moment, driven by the inner drives? Am I that mind? Or am I the emotions which goes on changing like cloud, shaping, changing now and then? Now I'm in calm mode. After some time I'm getting irritated. This am I this emotional being? Am I this intellectual being which reasons constantly? What am I in this? Who am I in this? So this I have an existence independent of all that which is energizing and making all this live and exist. And this is if this part, the whole body mind complex will collapse. It becomes a mere matter. If I'm unconscious even or asleep, neither my mind works nor my body works. My senses do not work. If I'm asleep, it will. If I become unconscious, it doesn't work. So I have an higher existence which is independent of all these my external powers. So that which is making all these levels of my being, bodily level, pranic level, sensual level, psychic level, intellectual level, emotional being, all these are made to act, function by the presence of God. They are all working. So that part belongs to God. The rest of the part belongs to this nature. Mind goes back to cosmic mind. Body goes back to the matter of the universe. One by one. Inside is there. In Naren, this inner light, the light of consciousness, the scholastic existence, was trying to express and come out, burst out and pervade. He wants to become vast and unlimited. That's why he is there at the feet of Ramakrishna, who has no limitations. And what attracted everyone was his pristine purity. The gap between Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. Vivekananda had read Western philosophies, Western science, so many things regarding Western, so much of knowledge. But our own culture, the inner meaning of the things, not the philosophies, Indian philosophies, Hindu philosophies, it never studied or known. Has a Western personality, but wherein you see he has not been able to by any means detach himself from his roots in Hinduism and exist independently. Now, the eternal principles on which the Hindu religion is standing is making him question everything. And all Western religions are faith bound. You cannot ask question. But here it is. Eternal principles governing life are taken Hinduism. So he could not separate himself, become independent from them. He held to question and understand it. Oh, is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Is it true? But when he came, he comes from the West with Western intellect, Westernized, but roots still in Hinduism, the inquiry into reality. The inquiry into reality is the most important thing in Hinduism. Truth. What is the truth? The faith has secondary importance, realization of the truth alone. And his pristine purity has come down from the transcendental realm. And Sri Ramakrishna, who brought him here, after sending him here and coming here and waiting for him to descend, the consignment was as untarnished, same as it is. After coming down, living for 18 years before he could come to Sri Ramakrishna, it was not tarnished. It was not hampered, as is material. Now, this pristine purity of Vivekananda attracted Sri Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna was his dearest thing because of that absolute purity in him. There was no common factor which they could love each other. The binding birds of same feather fly together. So a drunkard always misses with another. smokers, they join together, rich people join together. Like that, there must be common factor which binds them. Between Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, it is purity, absolute purity. He wonders, whatever he may be mad, but he is absolutely pure. And he is unstained in this world. Regarding that, he did not have anything to say. Your realizations are false. Is that whatever he may say, fight with him, on other things. This one thing made him to not to leave his feet at any cost. Such an innocence, such a purity, such a muktata of Sri Ramakrishna. And that supreme knowledge flowing through his mouth, ecstatic love which makes him forget the body and mind. Now, between Naren and this one, now, what are we when God will attract us and we get attracted by Him? And our attention, whole attention diverts to it from the world is when we attain that kind of purity. No worldliness of any type, no desire for any kind of enjoyments of the worldly, no petty things of the world, to hold something in this world, to possess something, to have name and fame, power, these things never bother them because a kind of paripurnata was there in their heart. So always cultivate this habit of feeling contented internally with whatever you are and strive to go ahead. Even little gap should not be there, doubt should not be there, or something seeking should not be there. If you want to go ahead, progress. Small things binds us of this world and makes us live. Never to seek anything, not to accept anything of the world. It will come, whatever you renounce, it will come to your feet, all at your feet. But, oh, I don't. Temptations come. People with so many things come running to offer. Chandanachi parimala, amaka ityachi. What we have to do with the perfumes of the world? What I have to do with the enjoyments of the world? We have other things, eternal freedom, eternal bliss. Whole attention is how to attain that eternal. Unending. This was my aim. So we will always aspire, keep aspiring for that. Live an absolutely pure life. Be so much that you will not be able to recognize impurity in this world. So much of purity. Like a small child looking at the world and enjoying the world. That purity, innocence. So this is what we see in when Sri Ramakrishna, and then now within a short period of 4 years, Thakur has to build him up from the crude level of Western understanding, to the fullness in every aspect. Thakur says he excels in everything, but he excels in everything. But what we see is he, Thakur has to give him fullness in everything. He excels now. In every aspect, Thakur is going to give him fullness. He'll be to the brim in spirituality, in all aspects of life. It, everything that is noble, good, great, knowledge of the history, knowledge of the past, of the future, and all the capacities to transform human life, to awaken every soul, that strength and capacity has to be. All this has to do within a few, all realizations, starting from small understanding of God to the realization of all aspects of God, Rama, Krishna. And yesterday somebody brought this one sent from Ashrama, one small expression. Somebody telling something in Hindi. In that, Sri Ramakrishna asks Naren, do you want to see Radha? Naren is fully overtaken by that asking, you want to see Radha? If you grace me with that, I will be able to see. And Thakur says, yes, then you see. And he gets the vision of Radha and sees Ramakrishna's whole body is existence, physical body, and getting slowly transformed into the Radha. Who says to whom? Shankaranaji tells this incident to Chaitanya. This incident he has to show before he can tell the Krishna and Rama, or Krishna and Rama are here in this body. He has to show him what is Krishna, what is Rama. He gives all aspects of realization to him. Beginning one by one, one by one. You want to see Rama? See. You want to see Krishna? Everything. He initiates into Rama mantra. Whole night he'll be running around the Kasipur garden house. Ram, Ram, shouting. Like that gives ultimately to the last realization of oneness with one existence. The Vinayakananda Samadhi, where there are no more two. So you see how, and this fullness, Paripurnata, has to come to Naren. And this is what we do. And if you live a similar life of purity, of compassion for beings, how he weeps at the time moving about in the Indian continent as Parivrajaka, seeing everything in the world, in India. Oh, who will take care of these children? Children of God will be that compassion heart. You see that God will give that same fulfillment to you, which every saint has received. Every prophet has received that understanding, that knowledge, and your own feeling, paripurna. You don't lack anything at any time. So, this is what the Thakur is presenting Naren, and whatever the whole gospel we are going to, as much as possible, we cover. And we see Thakur is presenting with one expectation. You will realize God. The reader will realize God. Really, he will become. When we read Bhagavad Gita, the desire to see God must awaken in us. The desire to renounce the world, all enjoyments, and call on God. Walk on the path with raised head. First, Thakur says, Gita 10 times what you repeat. That's what Gita means. Tyagi, Tyagi, Gita, Gita. So here that you see what is the expectation of Thakur in making Yen take birth as the companion of Avatar, the Parshadasri, and rightly absorbs it. He was given a special quality of remembering things pictorially as they are. Now, what we do, video recording, his brain was video recording. It could see and record as it is and go and write down what happened. Many tried, for few Thakur refused, no, that is not your duty. But he was. Just like Bhagavad Gita given to Arjuna, making Arjuna nimitta only given to the world. Ramakrishna is giving. And each time you read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna or Bhagavad Gita, oh, God is telling me, God is telling me. I have to undergo transfer. I have to realize God. Having read this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, I have to realize God. Everyone who has gone through the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna has got the spiritual awakening. So, at least to the extent, there is a reality in me which is independent of God. I may or may not be able to realize it, but I am there. God is with me at all times. A few convictions, the convictions which do not leave him at any time, such convictions regarding God, spiritual life, our own attainments are forged in us by reading this gospel. So always you have to keep in mind, yes, I have to realize God. I have to realize God. Before the body falls off, and be prepared to pay that price. It costs nothing. Just loving God, loving people. That's all, nothing else. What God expects, except a little love you can offer to His feet and pray, give me, things like that. Make me yours forever. So this is, we will continue with the text tomorrow. Niranjanam nityamanantarupam bhakta nukampam dhrita vigraham Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa Namo